Welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for our book chats. And our favorite book for today is Find Your She Spark. Yes, it's a book authored by Yvonne Ebbi. She's an alumnus of the Oxford University and the lead consultant at the Etiquette Place. Her Best Food program has transformed many organizations, and her She Spark initiative is helping raise a community of professional women who are becoming global brands and influencers. It's so good to have you here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Finding Your She Spark. This is a potpourri of everything personal branding, and I also enjoy some of your personal experiences that you share. But first of all, we'll the first chapter where you talk about self-discovery. Who are you?
Very important.
That's a lot. That is a question that a lot of us ask ourselves until tomorrow, no matter how old we have become.
Absolutely.
We are still asking ourselves that question. But when do you come to the point of self-realization of who you are?
That happens when who you say you are is who you say I am.
Now we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
That's what, so it's not just what you think you are, because you know, personal branding is not particularly about you, but what people think about you.
Yeah. So on that, you noticed something here that resonated in where you talked about your life is an open book and stakeholders are observing.
Absolutely.
And I am one of those people who believe who are not concerned about what people think about me. I really do not care about what people think about me. And then, you talked about people's perception about you should always matter. So
there's a place for people's opinion not mattering. I know that, but that's why I call them stakeholders. And I said, you know, they're in your career space, they're in your business space. They take decisions about where you're going, the next chapter. That's the reality of life. That's how life works. So what you want to do is to empower people's perception about you. That is work from inside out. It's your work. It's your responsibility. It's your duty. And unknown to your observers, you have your act together. You've been to your drawing board. You know exactly what picture you want to paint. It's not pretense. It's who you are. But you've groomed yourself. You've honed your skills. And people say to me, Yvonne, sorry, ma'am. They don't know me. I mean, strangers. Hello, ma'am. I like how you dress. They don't even know I'm an image consultant. But so I have an image in mind before leaving my home, before going outside, or even within where I'm staying, that I'm painting a picture of something I want you to see. And it's become a part of me. But I said your brand is your promise, is what you're giving, is what you're projecting consistently. What you're projecting consciously and unconsciously is who you are. It's your story. It's your statement. It's your signature. So yes, it's a place for people's opinion. You don't have to. I'm not saying you should put your mind in people's, but there's a part of the stakeholders who are observing, who have a part in your journey, in your career, in your business. That is important.
So here you also highlighted the benefits of personal branding. Can we talk more on that, please?
I said, you know, personal branding is bankable. It's a currency. It's the new resume. It is. How am I saying that? People just go to your, they want to know about you. You just press Google, everything comes out. They go to your social media handles. So you can't be careless about that. And there are benefits. People call you to do something. They just see you. They don't know you one-on-one, but just seeing something, how you presented a particular point, your projection, your thoughts process, you know, your points, the way it was laid out. They think that's how life works. They think, you know what, I would like her to come and speak at an event. I've had first-time invitations, people that don't know me, that have never met me before, but have just made a comment in someone's post, and they felt like, for whatever reasons, I like to work with you. I like to relate with you. I like how your mind goes. Right, so that's your business. That's your responsibility. You can't leave that to chance. You can't say, well, you know, it's how I am. No, you were born naked. You're not that way anymore. So you can improve. You can groom yourself.
Yes. So there's something here I'd quickly like to touch on, where you're talking about yourself and you being a social disruptor.
Absolutely.
And also where you talked about being your true self can get you into trouble.
It can.
So there is that. Sometimes you don't know where to balance between people having that people perceiving you to be arrogant and you being confident.
Right.
Because for you to be in your true self, you have to exude confidence. But then people really do not, know where to draw that, because it's just that thin line between arrogance and confidence. So how do you balance this off?
Like you said earlier, be true to yourself, and you can't be it's not a one-off thing.
Yeah.
It's something you're consistently doing.
Yes.
So people can draw that conclusion based on what your projections have been over time, and take a risk. It boils down to that. Take a risk. Be courageous enough to be yourself. Some will misunderstand you. Listen, some people have taken a vow to misunderstand you. You can't do anything about those ones. You can't help you. You can't do anything about them. You can't impress them. You cannot impress them. But you can take a chance and be yourself. So much so that if anyone misunderstands you, who is within you, somebody can defend you and say, that's not who she is.
Who she is.
That's not who she is.
All right.
I've known her over a period of time. That's not who she is.
All right,
So,
now let's talk about finding your theme.
Right.
That was quite an interesting conversation there. Theme.
Right.
Highlight one, please.
That will happen. As humans, we have to pay attention.
Excuse me.
Compliments, comments,
Yeah.
conversations. You put up a post, read the comments. People are responding and reacting and paying compliments and making comments about what you're saying.
Yeah.
That sort of helps you know, okay. I come up with a theme here some 10 years ago. I call it "Put Your Best Foot Forward." People liked it so much. Whenever I say, Yvonne, which is the best foot? Yvonne, okay, which is my best foot? It hit them because it was like an image of a woman wearing runners on one leg and she was wearing proper shoe on the other leg. So it was just very captivating. I came up with that theme, and everything I did, I put out best foot. So that summarized what I was talking about in essence. Always put your best foot forward. Always be your best. Always put your A game forward. People thought, okay, they could able to resonate with that. So they began telling me back my story. It became my theme. It became what I was about. Brand yourself. And even how I didn't have to say it. Someone said to me, once you enter the room, I want to do the right thing. I'm like, well, why? It's just come here, conscience. You're like, I'm like, well, why? He said, I don't know. I just want to, once I see you around me, I want to do the right thing. I'm like, well, why? What am I saying? But it's not what you're saying necessarily verbally. It's what your life says. How you conduct yourself over time. As a child, I would refuse to cross gutters. And I thought,
really?
Oh,
Wow.
come on. Oh, come off it. But it was just something from home too. It was like a home training. I would go the longer route. And it felt like, oh, I didn't want to pull up my dress and stretch my legs. It was very unladylike. So it was like, it's harder. It's more difficult, but I was trying to create around the theme without even realizing it.
Yeah. So
Without
quickly,
even
let's
realizing it.
talk about building a brand and selling a product which is commodity. People really do not know how to identify the difference. So please expatiate more on that.
No, I said that in my book. I said, I use a watermelon as an example. There's just so much you can sell a watermelon for. It's a product.
Yeah.
There's just so much. You can't go beyond a particular amount of money. Now, you will shoot yourself in the leg by just zeroing on the product. I'm saying put the focus on you. You are the brand. There's so much you can do about that brand. You come out with different styles, different ways, but it's still a theme. You have a signature. What is that thing about you from comments you've been hearing that makes you like different? Your signature, your unique, your USP. What are you different in?
You're obviously very passionate about this. I mean,
because I've seen it work.
You're speaking.
I've seen it
from
work.
A place of,
I've seen it work. Perception is key.
There's so much, wisdom that you have to share. And I mean, I'm so thankful to be a part of this journey with you. I mean, finding the she, finding your she spark. Thank you so much. This has been an interesting read, and I'll recommend it for every young girl out there who's still trying to find themselves. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and that's it for Book Chat for today. Let's find out what's happening in the kitchen. Over to you, Tokwe.